Hi, it's Heidi from A Lively Hope. I'm continuing my How to Embroider series by showing you a few different embroidery stitches today. I'm going to focus on satin stitch next. I'll show you a couple different ways to use satin stitch to fill in an area. This is one of the most common ways that you'll see to fill in a block of color. I really like to use raised satin stitch, and that looks like you'll outline the circle or whatever your shape is with back stitch or split stitch, whatever your favorite outlining stitch is, and then you come over the top of it with your satin stitch. So here I am using back stitch to go around this circle. I go around and meet up with my most recent completed stitch. All the way around the circle. Obviously, I'm doing this a little bit quickly. Maybe not my most neat work, but you get the idea. So we're going all the way around the circle, and then I will do satin stitch over the top, and this is called raised satin stitch, and then I'll show you the difference on the other circle. So that outline is complete, and then I would just start in the outside of the circle and come back down again, straight across. So this satin stitch gives a really nice finished look with straight, full blocks of color. Very smooth. Okay, so that's how that would look for the raised satin stitch. And then the other option is more of a simple one. You do not outline, you just go right to work filling in the area. So I'll show you that here on this other circle I drew. I like to start at the widest point and then work smaller. Totally not necessary, it just, I feel like, breaks up the space so it looks more even, so you don't have to guess on the spacing quite as much. So you get the idea. You're basically just starting at one side and filling that in completely with a stitch that takes up the whole space. And here's what it looks like on the back. You can see I'm going around. So you basically use twice as much thread as you're seeing on top because you're going around the back as well. So that is raised satin stitch and regular satin stitch, and I will show you a couple places that I have used this. This is my circle tree pattern, and that is completed entirely in satin stitch. Got Where Thou Art, That Is Home, and this flower is done with satin stitch, as are these flowers, and filling in these leaves here in satin stitch. All of these are raised satin stitch because that's what I prefer as well. That's the satin stitch.